How's it going, everyone? I'm working on writing this tune. I've been working on it for a couple of years now, driving my wife crazy. And I've figured out the head, the main part of it. Today I'm kind of working on the B section, which is really tricky for me. Because it's over this sort of, I think of it like A flat and C, C6. I think that's C6. Anyway, I'll play a little bit of it for you and we can kind of figure it out together. I'm almost there with the B part, the B section. And I kind of slowed it down a bit so I can start to figure it out. But here's the main head of it. There you go. So, the main part, the head, the A section, there's two sections that I think of. There's actually three. This is the first section. That's that bit. This is the second section. So down, down, so that's the main head, and then what I'm trying to figure out today is this second bit. That's what I was trying to get. trying to get the tempo up, but it's still got a swing, and it's tricky. Anyway, I don't know if you guys are into this swing stuff, but it's been a long time fascination of mine. So I'm going to keep working on this tune, and we got to come up for a name for it. If you guys got any ideas, drop them in the comments section. There is a couple of questions from yesterday that I wanted to talk about. The first one, somebody asked what this Guild guitar is. This is something I bought on a whim on Reverb. It's called a Guild Studio 403, ST403. And apparently they only made them for a couple of years, from 67 to 69 ish. And it's just Guild's take on the Barney Kessel, which is thick body, fully hollow. It looks like maple, like a laminated maple. These actually came with Guild humbuckers, mini humbuckers. And apparently some jazz guy had this up in St. Louis for years. It was his main axe. And he converted it to regular humbuckers. I think these are 80s Seymour Duncan 59 humbuckers. I think I pulled them out one day and had a look at them. Or 80s or 90s. I put the guard back on it yesterday, even though it's cracked, because it's a cool pickguard. Let's see. Someone asked why the neck pickup is flipped. The reason I do that is because it makes them less bassy. Because I feel like sometimes there's just too much low end that you get when the poles are flipped around the other way. I don't know if that makes any sense at all, but to my ear, if you flip it around, it's less bassy because you're moving it back towards the bridge, you know what I mean? Plus I feel like you get a slightly more cutty middle sound when you do that. You get a little more pinginess or something. So that's why I do that. Someone else asked if I ever surfed in Adelaide. No, I didn't. I didn't get in the water that much. It's very cold water down there. Also, I was terrified of sharks when I was a kid. Not so much anymore, because I've been in the water a lot. My wife surfs, and she got me into longboarding when we were living in California, which was really fun. And which I've only done a handful of times, so I am not a surfer by any stretch of the imagination. But I do love getting out there in the water and trying to catch a wave. It's really good fun. And it's a hell of a workout. I don't know if you guys have ever tried to paddle out. That's a whole thing within itself. Just getting out past the waves is so hard. You're usually knackered by the time you even get out there. Anyway, I wish we got to the water more. I really do. My wife loves it. Let's see. Someone else asked when I started playing and who are my heroes. I started playing when I was about 8 or 9, and I played acoustic for the first 3 years that I played guitar, because I had to save up my money to buy my first electric, which was a Tele Plus with lace sensors. My heroes were a lot of Australian guys. Tommy Emmanuel, definitely at the top of the mountain for most Aussies. There's a couple of session guys that I loved that played on records in Australia. One was a guy called Mark Punch, who lives here in Nashville now. Incredible guitar player. Incredible. Mark Punch, look him up. He has the best sounding Gretsch guitar in the world. It is the best sounding one. And then a guy called Stewie French, who turned me on to all this amazing swing guitar. He sent me the Jimmie Rivers record when I was 15 years old. He sent me a taped, dubbed cassette of some Jimmy Bryant and Speedy West, and a bunch of these Jimmie Rivers songs from Jimmie Rivers and the Cherokees, Brisbane Bop. And I'm forever grateful. Stewie French is his name. He has a band, the French Family Band, which is he and his wife Camille, who's a beautiful, amazing singer. Stewie's an ridiculous guitar player, and killer country singer. And their son, Sonny, is a ridiculous guitar player. They're amazing. You should check them out. The French Family Band. Their other son, Chet, plays as well. They all sing and play. Their daughter sings. They're really an unbelievable, talented family. They're like modern day version of the Collins kids or something, but the whole family plays. Anyway, check them out. And yeah, so a lot of my influences were Australian, and one of the things that really changed my thinking about the possibilities with guitar was I went to England with my mum when I was 12, and I found a VHS cassette of Albert Lee called Advanced Country Guitar. And it was this guy on the cover with big hair and a red Ernie Ball guitar. And I'd only ever heard of the name Albert Lee, and my dogs are going crazy downstairs. I don't know why. Oi! Tex! Anyway, I found this video, Advanced Country Guitar. And the first song on the video was Country Boy. You guys know that one? So great. Ricky Skaggs did a version of it a million miles an hour, but Albert's is a little slower and it's really great. Anyway, that's who I listened to when I was growing up out in South Australia. Someone else asked what the numbers were I was talking about. What do these numbers mean? Good question. I'm so used to talking in Nashville numbers that I don't even think that maybe it sounds completely foreign to other people. So, just quickly, the numbers. What are the numbers? The number 1 is the key that you're in, right? So, if we're in G, that's 1. And if you think about it like G, C, and D, right? You have 3 basic chords in the key of G. G is 1. C is 4, because it's the 4th note in the scale. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 is D. 1 is G. So if you think about it like that. So when I'm saying 1, if I'm saying 2, it's going to be A, minor or major. 5, so 1, 2, 5 would be a D, whichever version, a D something, D7, back to 1. You can get a lot more in depth with that. I'm sure there's whole YouTube videos about the Nashville number system, but it's just a quick way to talk about chord changes. Hope everyone's great. I'm going to sit here and try to figure out this B part of the song today. Thanks for the tips. Thanks for buying the music and leaving comments. Really appreciate it. My wife's out of town for the weekend, so I got the kids. So I'm probably going to be buried until Monday. But I hope you guys have a great weekend, and thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you soon.